Oh.
There's eyeballs from Melbourne.
Yeah. Sprayed my legs. Welcome to our live stream. Weird.
Let's just wait a sec and see if there's actually people. I'm assuming it's mostly mums. Hey, mums.
Hello.
It occurs to me that I have no idea how to do anything. Should there be sound? Is there sound? There's a microphone here. Do I have to hit a microphone? I'm guessing there must be sound. I've deduced by that comment that we're being heard loud and clear. Yes.
Daughter. What does that mean?
Cheers with my warm beer.
Cheers.
Sweet. Everything's fine. We're good.
All right.
I thought that I'd break out the OG run! Except, you know, they're the wrong numbers for this. But call back. They're still somehow semi-inflated from when 4 p.m. warm beer is the best. Actually, warm beers anytime are the best. But the one is worse for the wear. But, you know, they lasted like 3 years. Kept them in the cupboard for safekeeping. I guess we should have waited until we were at 1,021. And that might have been.
We could still do a video for that.
1,021.
Yeah.
Yeah, but by that time we might be like back under 1,000 subscribers. Because we're lucky like that.
Truth.
We got a bunch of weird snacks and stuff I've been collecting. Maybe we'll try this pickled soured mustard chicken brand. I don't think it's got chicken in it. I hope not. I mean,
it's the brand it says.
It has flavor enhancer. That's the second ingredient.
The first ingredient is flavor. The second ingredient is flavor enhancer.
Yes.
Sure.
And also we have, I don't know if you guys know much about Natto, but this is a popular thing in Japan. It's fermented soybeans, and they're the consistency of like phlegm. So
I think it's an unpopular thing in Japan.
So we might try some of this warm bean phlegm later. I don't know how you're supposed to eat it. I guess maybe on rice. We've got some saltine crackers. That, I don't know.
Do you heat it up, or is it just good to go?
I think you're supposed to refrigerate it. We might also be getting some food poisoning on this live stream. We'll see.
Didn't you have it in the fridge?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
It's been out for a while though.
It says frozen on the package.
Whoops. It says consume 5 days after defrosting. We're screwed. And we also have some bubbly teas. I don't know. What should we try first? We've got Bacardi Sweat, the OG Japan drink.
Oh yeah. You ever sweat so much sweat that you run out of sweat? And you're like, man, I really want to sweat, but I don't have any sweat left.
For times like that, there's Bacardi Sweat. Yeah, I'm not sure what we should try first, but yeah. Thanks for all the congrats and stuff, internet peoples. I genuinely didn't think we hit 1,000, and there's still time. We could go back down.
Confidence.
Yeah, there's a reason why we named ourselves Bumbling, and I think we've pretty fully embraced the bumbling nature of our way. I'm wearing my adventure hat because I figured I'm never going to get to wear it until we can travel and do stuff again. So it's an internet adventure. What do you want to try first?
I'm pretty curious about this pickled thing.
Cool.
What's I don't know how to eat this even. I think I'm going to gush juices everywhere.
Yeah. Warm pickly juice. This has been sitting in the cupboard for a couple of months now.
Oh yeah, just the way nature.
Product of Bangkok, Thailand. I don't know. Should I do you want to hold this a little bit?
Yeah. There's a lot of juice in there, so I would proceed with caution. Oh yeah, look at that. What says yum like weird green liquid?
And then you got some chicken juice in the bottom. Maybe freeze it, make into a weird pickled freezy.
Yeah, maybe I'll get a knife. Because either that or you eat the entire thing in one chunk.
It doesn't smell good. I mean, it smells better than the durian. Take anything over durian. It smells like an old ashtray.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. Smell it.
Yeah, that's foul. Ashtray. Spot on.
Seeing if I can read any of the characters on here. Not well, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I don't know. Now that I smell this, how much I want to eat it.
I'm gonna go set this in a sink so I don't pour ashtray juice all over me.
Try to get a small chunk. See if I can stand it. Challenge.
Wait, don't try it without me.
Okay.
Should we wait, should we prop up our 21 in the background somewhere? I don't know if I'm capable of such things. Give me a second. Gotta set the scene.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll just leave it upside down like that. How's that?
Perfect. All right.
All right, give it a go.
Let's try some. Is it pickled mustard?
Yeah.
It tastes less like an ashtray than it smells like an ashtray.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Don't hate it. Don't love it. A long way from love.
It's so salty. Usually that's my jam. Yeah. All right.
That's underwhelming.
Better than the durian. There's last seen somewhere. I'm just starting working on a video of a bunch of beers they were mailed to us by last seen somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's hopefully the next video I'm working on. I'm working like 60 hours a week right now, so there's not much time to be editing stuff. So
I have no excuses.
yeah, he works like 1 day a week. But hopefully we'll get that edited and out in the next couple of weeks.
I feel like we filmed that a really long time ago.
Yeah, we did. We filmed it in bits and pieces. Keep shaking the camera.
Sorry.
No, I hate durian. I very much dislike durian. You didn't hate it, right?
It's better fresh.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to retry it when we go back to Asia, hopefully in the not so distant future. Give it a try in fresh form, because frozen was that. I would definitely give this mustard gross thing a much higher rating than the durian. Should we try some natto too?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. The packaging's adorable. Yeah, Jeb's been making me dinners because he's only been working a couple of days a week.
How's husband?
It's been interesting. Mostly good food. Very chubby pizza on one night, but goodness. Oh, it comes with like condiments and stuff.
That's interesting.
There's a little. It looks like mustard. The durian was pretty sweet, eh? Yeah.
I'm not sure how to. Yeah, because I've only had durian twice, and I wasn't even really thinking about the sweetness level so much as the how good is this.
Yeah. I I'm guessing this might be vinegar or something. I don't know. I guess I can read the back. Flavor
juice.
Flavor towel. Clearly, my ability to read kanji has gone downhill since I've stopped learning every single day. I don't think this is a flavor towel. This is mustard, I think. Anyway,
yeah, look how gross.
Oh, it's sticky. It's sticky.
Oof.
Can you see the strings in the low quality video?
Ow.
Yeah. Well,
So
I guess
eating a slimy spider web. Oh, flavor.
It won't. It won't attach. It says our connection is unstable.
It's been saying that for a while, so I don't know.
Oh my gosh. That smells like wet soccer shorts.
So it's almost like a nutty.
Oh yeah, well, wet soccer shorts would be nutty.
Oh.
Sorry. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna go first with the natto because I let everybody down with my durian trying. It's natto is like fermented soybeans.
I had it in onigiri, but
yeah,
never.
I had a bite of it
to like really let those flavors shine.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try it on a cracker. I guess we do have some rice left, don't we? Yeah, try it on rice. Alrighty. Oh, it's so strange.
Wow.
Maybe I'll love it. I mean, we loved when we tried
Stinky tofu?
Yeah, stinky tofu is delicious.
Did it read your mind? Is that what you're gonna say?
I have not been sniffing stinky soccer shorts, but I have been sniffing this, and it's yeah, it's pretty close. Okay. Oh.
Moment of truth.
I would say do a drum roll, but it would shake the camera.
Yeah.
That doesn't taste like edible things.
What does it taste like? Shorts?
I don't know, like maybe if you went into the forest and there was like a rotting log and you ate the bark.
As one does.
It tastes very earthy, but soggy. Yeah, I think that's the thing I would put it closest to. It kind of has a peanutty flavor, but in none of the good ways. Yeah, it's like eating moist tree bark in a decaying forest. Yeah, your turn. Can I finish this one?
All right. I guess.
Eating it straight would be horrible. Eating it on something, not so bad. It's not terrible. It's not so too bad.
Not.
Yeah. We have two containers of it. What are we gonna do with it? Maybe leave it for the squirrels.
Go big or go away.
I mean, it's much better than durian.
Oh no, it's stuck. A little sticky. Just this waft of like webbing.
Yeah. Do you get notes of damp tree bark?
I don't know how to describe that.
Yeah, I know. It's hard. Has anybody else tried natto before? Are we crazy?
To be fair, I thought it would be grosser than I am finding it, but
it's not good.
There's this mustiness to it. I guess the tree bark you're saying.
Forest floor type taste.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
Tastes like old damp basement.
Yeah, I think we need to try durian in a better situation. What we tried was probably bottom of the barrel durian. So
When me and Beth had it in Malaysia, that was much better. The smell though. Ooh.
yeah, I'm gonna wash that down with some room temperature beer.
Ooh.
Just the way to go.
Here in craft place.
Am I the only one that likes drinking warm beer? Is that strange?
I pop mine in the freezer before it's fit.
I don't know. I like it. Oh my goodness. Maybe we should try it with mustard. Where did the scissors go?
Interesting. I've forgotten all about the flavor packets.
Whereabouts in Malaysia did you guys go? We just went to Penang and probably making crinkly sounds now. We just went to Penang and Kuala Lumpur. But I'd like to go back and see more.
Yeah.
See more. Okay, let's try some with the mustard. I don't hate it, oddly enough. Like, I really don't hate it. But I still made this face, so. I don't know. Do you want to try some with the mustard as well?
I'll see how you try it.
I kind of want to figure out what the other thing is, too. You want to answer that question?
It's a good question. When are we traveling again? Hopefully sooner than later. I guess it depends a lot on how the world is.
We do have a flight booked.
Yeah.
We've had it booked since before COVID. So
Canceled and then rebooked.
yeah. Where is that to?
So we want to do a trip to Japan in winter to like do the hot spring thing, but like surrounded by snow and scenic hot springtime. Yeah?
Oh, rising now. It tastes like wasabi.
Interesting.
I like it better like that. Oh. Ooh. Okay. And I used like most of it. So you're probably not going to get to try very much of it.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, it's better with the mustard for sure. We stayed in Bucket Bintang, or was it Bucket Bananas? Beth probably remembers better than we do. It was Bucket something. Or was it? I think it was Bananas or something. Or did it sound like bananas?
I remember seeing that on a train stop or something. Was that the one right by where we were staying?
Yeah. I mean, we stayed in Chinatown the first night we were in Kuala Lumpur. And then we took the train up to Penang. And then we stayed in Kuala Lumpur at the end, too. Yeah. And then there's a soggy plate of mustard stuff.
Yeah.
We did get some questions that I should probably look up. Tina asked us what our first trip together was.
It was Japan in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
There's some clips of that floating around on our channel.
Yeah.
I had long hair.
You did. Your hair was longer than mine. I used to, I guess this year and last year I haven't really been doing this, but I used to obsessively stalk good flights, cheap flights on the internet. And he works overnight. And I was sitting on the front porch and I found a flight to Japan for about $900. I'm like, do you want to go to Japan? He's like, okay. Let me just book the flight.
Yeah, done deal.
And the first time he's ever been out of the country as well.
Well, I've been doing
I don't count the states because we live like a 15-minute drive from the states. Not that we've been there since 2014, but yeah.
Where is that?
That was your first trip. That's all.
Yeah.
My first trip on my own was I went all around the like most touristy parts of Europe. I just turned 18 and I flew to the UK and then went directly to Amsterdam. And it was Queen's Day. So if anybody knows about Holland, Queen's Day is like the huge celebration once a year that celebrates the Queen. And the streets were just packed with people plastered, falling off boats, and there's like empty Heineken bottles and cans in the streets, and it was just chaos. And that being the first place I ever went to on my own, or really at all traveled to, other than the UK with my family when I was young. It was just like, what is this? I'm not even legal drinking age back home, and there's like kids that look like they're 12 and 14 drunk in the streets. This is just chaos. That is not normally what Amsterdam is like. You haven't been there yet, but it's not what it's normally like. It just happened to be the craziest time of the year, and that was my first travel experience on my own. Steven and Andy asked us what our most embarrassing travel story is. Do you have a most embarrassing travel story?
We were staying in a hostel in Japan.
I thought you might say
using the bathroom, and a lady just walked right in on me. That was pretty embarrassing.
Yeah. The door was locked. There was a sign up and everything that said it was occupied.
Yeah, there was a bunch of like measures to ensure that people would be aware that it was occupied. And this lady still just stormed right in. I guess the lock wasn't good enough to stop a forceful push. And also there's a sign on it that you flip over that says occupied, and the lights are on the inside of the thing, so you know that somebody's in there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think all of my awkward travel experiences have to do with bathroom experiences as well. So for variety's sake.
There's also the bus in Hiroshima where
lady that was
walked into my hand.
Walked into his fist. So he punched a little old lady in the face.
But maybe I protected her because my fist was on a bar. So if my fist wasn't there, then she would have just barred her fist.
Yeah. I've outlined this story before, but when we went to Hong Kong the first time, we were in the one of the parks in the center. I don't remember the name of it. We've revisited it in 2020, but I went to use the public washroom, and I walked in, and they're all squat toilets, which again, I'm fine with squat toilets. But the thing that was weird about it is that there weren't any walls or barriers between the squat toilets. It was just kind of up on a 2-step platform, and then there's all these toilets a couple feet apart, just in the ground. So there's no one in there. I'm like, okay, good. I'm gonna get this done. Squat down, do my business. As I am just literally about to pull my pants up, a little old lady, 2 of her friends come in, and the lady's like, ha ha, and laughed like right in my face. And I felt really awkward about that. Yep. I also had an awkward toilet experience on the way home from Myanmar in Hong Kong again. I should just avoid Hong Kong toilets, I think. Yeah. And then there was the toilet on the train in China. Anyway, if anybody ever wants to hear about all of my toilet experiences, maybe I can make a blog post about that at some point. I took a train ride. This was like in 2010 from Beijing to Shanghai, and it was a 26-hour train because you can't book. Well, now you probably can, but you couldn't book train tickets outside of China, so I had to book it like last minute. And we were in 3rd class, and it was like a wooden seat at the back, and 26 hours of sitting in a wooden seat. If you get up, somebody's taking your seat. And the bathroom was literally just like a hole in the ground of the train. And as the train got increasingly more and more filled up with people, there were people like sleeping all the way around the hole in the ground. And if you had to use the toilet, like you had to steady yourself over top of a hole and made sure you didn't aim for the sleeping people.
Yikes.
Yeah. You were still yet to use the squatty potty, so. Aren't you?
Oh, yeah. The Asian style. It's never used one. I probably will be forced to at some point.
Bird-eating spiders. Spiders are big enough to eat birds? That's terrifying. he's not a fan of creepy crawlies, so I think that, I mean, it's horrifying if you're a fan of creepy crawlies, but
maybe it's a small spider that eats a bird very gradually.
maybe. Did the little old lady deserve to be punched in the face in Hiroshima?
Not that I'm
Did you
aware
have to think
of.
about it?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Okay.
you know, people have secret lives, so
Fair enough. Secret lives of
yeah, we were
elderly
on,
Japanese
on
women.
transport, and
Yeah.
it sort of lurched to a halt or a go. I honestly don't remember, but yeah, so she
Fell forward. I think she was trying to walk down the middle, kind of.
yeah.
I think she was blind too. She had a cane.
I
She
think
was
I
blind.
punched an old blind lady in the face, or
Yeah.
rather, she faced my punch because my hand.
Yeah,
was
you know what? She punched your fist with her face.
Yeah.
That's what happened. So what is our favorite best food or place for food that we've traveled to?
Okonomiyaki, Hiroshima, and what's it called?
Okonomiyaki.
That's the place.
It's like a multi-leveled not department store, but like, I don't know. Each floor of this 3-level building has 10 or so stands, stalls, little restaurants that each specialize in their own different way of making okonomiyaki. And yeah, that was delightful.
Yeah.
Okonomiyaki is a cabbage pancake pizza thing. It's amazing. Doesn't sound amazing, but it is. We have a video about making it if you want to watch that. Also, I think one of the best meals of my life was in Athens.
Yeah, the fish. That was delightful.
Yeah. It was like a €30 for both of us meal with a bunch of different courses, and we were absolutely full by the middle of it. Also Hoi An. Hoi An was amazing for food.
Simple food too, just veggies and things, but so fresh and so perfect. Yeah, absolutely amazing.
Yeah. We'd go from stall to stall just trying like steamed vegetables or just the best delicious food. And also, I found Myanmar was amazing for food, especially being vegetarian. There's a lot of vegan and vegetarian food there, and it's really easy to access. Spicy curries, really spicy curries with potatoes and all my favorite foods. Really delicious. So,
Yeah.
Those are our favorite food things, I think.
I see my mom requests that we read the questions before answering.
Okay, but I'm there, right?
We'll do them all.
What is our next destination or favorite food? I guess that kind of overlaps a little bit. Our next destination, we're not quite sure. We'd love to go somewhere in November. If possible, it might end up just being Quebec, which, we haven't. I've been to Montreal. You've been to Montreal, right?
Yeah, but when I was too young to appreciate it.
So we might end up going to Quebec. If not, maybe we could somehow safely travel to Portugal was one of the ideas we had, or Ukraine. I don't know. It really depends because it's hard to plan anything right now. But our only thing we kind of have set in stone, which might not be in stone, is going to Japan in the middle of winter to explore the north of Japan, and hopefully February for our anniversary.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
That might get bumped back another year.
Yeah, but there's not much we can do about that. So,
Yeah.
Favorite food, yeah, read that. Okay. 1,000 subs, 4,000 hours in a year, watch hours in a year. What do you need to get monetized, and how can we help? Right now, I guess the only thing we need in order to get monetized is
Watch hours.
Watch hours. So if you feel inclined, maybe play a playlist in the background. You don't even have to have the sound up or on. It'd help us a lot. We're not far off, but we're still 1,000.
Or something?
Yeah, around 15. It's a little less than 1,500 watch hours left before we can get monetized, and we really need to hit that before the end of the year because December was a really big month for us last year. So in December we'd start losing those hours. So yeah, if you want to help us along, try to get monetized, it would really be helpful. And thanks to everybody that's been doing that for us. We've got a lot of hours in the last little bit, but
Yeah.
still a little ways off. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to what? That's a question. Solid question. A little off topic, but I don't know. What's the answer? What's the answer?
F with.
Oh, okay. We don't have a lot of curtains. There's a question about do the carpets match the curtains? I mean, we don't. I've got like a purple curtain over there, and we've got a black carpet, so it's not super matchy around here. To be honest with you. What other questions? Is there anybody have any other questions that you can answer? Let's see. Do you want to try another snack too?
Oh, sure. We've got the green tea rice cakes. Ooh.
We know those are delicious after we forced ourselves to eat the. Did you find the mustard spicy?
There was still a little of it left.
Yeah, I kind of went crazy.
But yeah, I guess so. There was a wasabi like. Oh, what elegant packaging!
How many countries have you visited?
I used to like keep such close count of
Yeah.
that. Now I'm less sure. I think it's around 20 for me and much more for you.
Yeah, I'm not sure where I'm at. I was excited to reach my age in countries that I'd visited, but we haven't traveled a lot recently. I'm at 37 countries, apparently, according to my Instagram. So I think that's accurate. I think, yeah, you're around 20 or 21 or something, right? I think.
21.
Yeah, I think you are.
Count on my fingers.
Where is the place you would like to go the very most? You cannot say Japan. You cannot say Japan. You're not allowed to say Japan.
I don't think you mentioned liking Japan before.
No.
A bunch of places. The idea of doing the German beer hall thing is very appealing to me, and not experienced that, and I imagine that would be dope.
Germany is one of the countries I have visited the most times. Germany and Japan. I've been to Germany like 5 times, 4 times, 5 times, something like that. But there's tons of parts of Germany I haven't seen, so I'd like to go back.
I'd like to see Spain. I'd like to see Portugal. I'd like to see.
I've seen a lot of Spain, like every corner of Spain. But
it'll be hard to get you to go back there for me. Though.
I wouldn't mind going back to the south. The south was really cool. Has anybody been to Spain? Tell us your favorite spots if you've been to Spain. I liked Seville, and what can I think of? Like Cordoba and Granada.
Southeast Asia is kind of a place I always want to go back to. I haven't seen Indonesia or Cambodia.
Been to Cambodia.
The Philippines.
It was a long time ago, though.
I would like to go any place that's warm. Like a beach or
We're huge fans of the heat.
Yeah.
Which is weird that our next trip we have planned is like to see Japan in the freezing cold. So,
as every Japanese tourism thing will often state, Japan has 4 distinct seasons.
So does Canada.
Yeah, I don't know why that's such a big selling point. Don't a lot of places have notably different seasons?
I would think Southeast Asia does not. I don't think Thailand has seasons. It's like rainy and wet season. Yeah, not 4. 2 distinct seasons.
Yeah. Wet and dry.
I've been to Thailand during the rainy season. That was interesting. Water up to your knees in the streets. Good times. Yeah, so you said anywhere else in Southeast Asia, basically? Or
Yeah, I'll always be happy to go to warm, fascinating Asia.
Yeah.
But variety is the spice of life, so no. Any place new is...
I'd love to go to India. I just feel like it's something totally different from what I've seen. Overwhelming, I'm sure. I'm not very vacation-y, but I'd love to go to Sri Lanka, Nepal. Clearly, I have a geographical area I really want to see. We wanted to go to the Baltic states. Is that the right thing? Is that the
Baltics?
Baltics? Yes. We were going to potentially do that last year before everything happened. That was going to be our fall trip.
Another time.
Miss the heat. We're aiming for some winter heat, but we won't be able to leave Europe. I guess there is some warmth in Europe, though. I mean, at least you can go to other places in Europe from the UK. Here in Canada, our only option is really like go to the States.
Canada is a very big country, though.
Yeah, but not for heat in the winter.
Fair. Southern Ontario, I guess, is as warm as it gets.
Yeah, and this is the end. This is like the last warm rattle of summer right today. We're wearing our Lao shirts to be on travel theme, but it's really not weather for this. It's pretty cold out today. It's probably like 20 something, I would think. 24. But yeah, I guess we could go to places in the Caribbean. Neither of us have been to anywhere in the Caribbean, which is weird being Canadian because that's like where everybody goes on holiday, March break, spring break, whatever the equivalent is, or cruises. But neither of us been to Mexico or anywhere south of, like, I've been to Florida, but I don't know what the most southern you've been in North America.
Not very far.
Probably not very far.
Across the border, looked around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe a little more than that.
We both haven't been to the States since we decided we didn't want to go there and support any sort of Trump-type government because we didn't think we should exercise that privilege of being allowed there when so many people weren't allowed during the Muslim ban, and it's just kind of carried on since then. We haven't been there since a very brief flight stopover in 2014, and before that, it had been years and years, more for you than for me.
Yeah, the last time I went over the border to the States via car, you didn't need a passport at that time.
Yeah, so 20 or so years ago. But, yeah. Should we open these bubble teas?
Sure.
I want the matcha one.
Okay.
We got
bright orange?
Matcha flavor bubble tea, and then
it just says Thai flavor.
Yeah, it tastes like Thailand.
Mm-hmm. It's a Taiwan classic.
That smells delicious. I love matcha. We just had the matcha mochi. Matcha mochi. Matcha mochi.
I love a mochi.
I love a mochi. That's delicious.
Wow, is that ever orange?
Oh, wow.
Oh.
It tastes like cardamom and like...
I haven't tried it yet.
Tea. It tastes like tea. I guess that's why. Bubble tea. We bought this because it said it was called Ding Dong, and how can you not buy that?
Ding Dong, yo.
Hot and spicy Ding Dong. Yeah.
So orange. Look at that.
So
rich.
I think I'm gonna have to scissor this.
Orangey is orange. Never orange.
Yeah, mine's pretty cartoonishly green as well.
That's all right. How's the Ding Dong?
Not spicy. Ding Dong does onion rings too. Ooh. Yeah, they're okay. Like mixed nuts with a little bit of spice. Nothing I've found really in North America has spice, like proper spice.
Yeah. But many things claim to.
Yeah. They're good.
I'll never understand who the appeal is for in something that is in no way spicy, labeled as like super extra extreme spicy.
Yeah. Those noodles, though, from Korea. I guess we could talk about the spiciest foods we've had.
Ever?
Yeah. I mean, in general, I found the food in Korea was delightful. especially because I went there in the dead of winter in February, and you need something warm and spicy, and also warm and hot to get through.
Soup or something. And
oh, the soup with the fish balls in Malaysia?
was in Penang, right?
Penang, yeah, we had
Cowboy
really spicy.
Cafe or something
Cowboy
like
Cafe.
yeah. Yeah, it was spicy.
There's a snack from Thailand we can never find outside of the country, and it's spicy chicken drumstick snack. Does it actually have chicken in it, though? I find that a lot of like snacks and stuff that say they have meat in them don't, which means I can try them. It's interesting to try like chicken wing flavored chips, and there's no chicken in them. I'm not super strict about the contents of things, though. Like, I'm vegetarian, but yeah, more lenient on vacation for sure. And you're not vegetarian at all, so I know that you try to limit the amount of meat you eat, especially when we're at home.
Observation is cool.
We don't eat any meat here. Well, we eat fish, but for some reason, I don't feel that counts. What does the ideal holiday look like for you?
Beach, beer.
No.
No?
Not for me.
You don't like beach
Beer, sure. But I love adventure and seeing sights and weird things, and I have a hard time sitting still.
You sitting still?
I am.
You did it.
As I'm shaking. But I don't know. I like to have lots of things to see and do and explore and culture to see. Although sitting on a beach with a beer after you explored stuff is pretty ideal for me.
Yeah, fair.
You wouldn't want to go to a flop and drop, right?
Not if, like, let's say I have 2 weeks of vacation for the entire year. I wouldn't want to spend that all just sitting down and drinking. I'd want to walk in between the sitting and drinking. Yeah, so go to a temple or something.
Yeah, we're big on temples, which I'm afraid that a lot of our Myanmar footage is temples.
It all depends, though, right? Because, like, if you put pagodas and shrines and palaces and, like, if you lump that all under temple, then yes. Mm-hmm. But if those fall into separate categories.
But Bagan was like 100% temple. That's what was coming out soon. Bagan was magical.
Yeah.
It lived up to all of the hype. So look forward to that. Those videos coming whenever I get time to edit stuff again. With whom would you like to go on holiday sometime? I would like to meet up with any of the people that we haven't met actually, but met through the interwebs.
That we're chatting with right
now?
now?
Yeah, some of you guys. That'd be awesome.
Let's go.
Yeah. Otherwise, I like traveling with this guy. I like traveling by myself for a long time too, but can't do that anymore.
What are you doing?
I got this like annoying Klingon.
You just gotta be like, what's that over there? What?
Yeah, he'd be easy to shake. We love temples too, but being stuck in the UK has really appreciated cathedrals too. Yeah, we need to catch up on some of your videos. We haven't seen. I haven't been watching anything because I've been working too much. But yeah, I'm interested in seeing that because that's not normal to us here. Like we don't have really cool old cathedrals and things like that.
Just the board game cathedral.
Yeah, which is a good board game. I would recommend it. Have we tried all the snacks? Should we try this, whatever liquid this thing is that came with the natto? Yeah. Smells like plastic. There are some more questions, though. This smells like plastic. Would you rather go to a theme park or a zoo?
Probably a theme park.
Definitely a theme park, although I kind of just skip on both, to be honest.
I've always enjoyed roller coasters.
I
haven't been to one in a long time.
Yeah, don't remember the last theme park I went to.
Canada's Wonderland for sure for me, and that would have been probably in 2008 2008 or 2009, something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember at all.
I used to go all the time, once a year. Generally, there'd be some sort of, oh, my workplace is giving away cheap tickets or something.
Yeah, well, we haven't done much of anything in a long time. I'm not a huge fan of zoos for obvious animal reasons, but yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to know whether they're being taken care of properly, sort of thing, and even beyond that, how right is it to have all these fellas not in their natural place?
Yeah. Would you prefer to go to the mountains or sea? Text message.
I don't know. I could go either way on that one. I guess gut instinct, I'm saying sea.
I think a little bit of both, because we went to the mountainy temples in Nagano. That was amazing.
That was absolutely magic.
And the mountain in the middle of Miyajima. It's a lot of good mountain spots. But that had mountain and sea. Yeah. Can we have both? Can we do mountain and sea?
You just got to pick a mountain on the sea.
Yeah. Which countries will you visit this year? Probably Canada.
Hopefully something else.
Yeah.
But, who knows? We'll see.
Yeah. Where would you never visit?
North Korea.
Yeah. I almost did the DMZ tour when I was in South Korea. But then while I was there, they tested some nuclear weapons. So the DMZ was closed and I didn't end up going. It's probably for the best. Yeah. I guess there's a couple places that I feel I'm not okay traveling to just for, human rights reasons. I mean, I'm not trying to be on some kind of high horse or whatever, but, Canada doesn't have great relations with Saudi Arabia. I'm not sure I want to go there. China, I'm a little bit worried about because of, again, Canadian relations with China recently and that type of thing. So I guess right now I wouldn't want to go to either of those places, even though I'd love to go to China again.
It's like a beautiful country.
Yeah. There's a couple other places that, for those same sort of reasons, like, are you supporting the government you don't agree with, or are you supporting the local people? I don't know. It's tricky. We talk about, like, when we went to Myanmar, we debated for a very long time whether that was okay. But, yeah. I guess it's most important to be informed and be safe, and, yeah. I don't know. I guess never say never to anything, but,
well, probably so.
No, I mean, like, in terms of, like, there's nowhere I would absolutely never go in my life. Things can change and be different. So, Right now, I would never travel to the States either. So, yeah. A place you've been to that you would not go back to, and why?
I don't think I have an answer to that. Been to, but won't go back to.
Yeah, for a while I was kind of saying that I didn't like Macau, but I would love to go back to Macau just to actually see it, because we didn't really get to see it. We went during Chinese New Year in 2016, or Lunar New Year, and we took the ferry from Hong Kong, and that was a nightmare because it was the holiday, and we barely got to see anything. You were really sick. So that wasn't a pleasant experience, but doesn't mean I don't want to go back.
I think most of the negative experiences we have had traveling have all been very circumstantial, where it wasn't like, oh, I hate that place. It was just like, oh, that was unfortunate that things aligned in that way.
Yeah.
Like we stayed at that sketchy hostel in Chester. Chester was lovely. So.
Yeah, that's probably the sketchiest place I've ever stayed. Chester. Who would have thought? A lot of people do not like that video. So if you like to hate stuff, go watch it. It's on our channel. What is a place that you think was so special that you wanted to return immediately after leaving and still want to revisit now? I know you're going to say Japan. Why did I even ask you that?
Didn't say a word.
Yeah.
But those would have been the words that I would have
Yeah.
said. Those words. They don't want me to say.
We'd love to go back to Laos too. Vietnam. I think pretty immediately we wanted to go back to both those places.
Yeah, most places I feel like, oh, there's more to see there. But we only ever go for a couple weeks at a time. So
Yeah.
how much of a city even, or country?
Yeah, you could definitely see more in every place.
Yeah.
I would love to go back to Wales and drive around and see more of Wales, Scotland.
Castles.
Yeah. More Germany. But there's so many places I haven't been that I think I'd prioritize ahead of that, except for Japan. Which was the last country you visited? Technically Hong Kong.
Okay.
But yeah, Myanmar. And we went to Myanmar in February of 2020, right before everything went to shiitake mushrooms. And our flight home was delayed by 1 day, which was interesting. And then we had a layover in Hong Kong. And so I guess technically Hong Kong is the last place we were. That was weird. There's some videos coming from there. Really eerie. Just, I don't know how much people out there really know about when the SARS epidemic went on, because I know it was pretty big in Toronto and also in Hong Kong. So we had that in common with Hong Kong. But we were in Hong Kong on our way home from Myanmar in early 2020 with all these fears about COVID before COVID was really taking over the world. And we stumbled upon a memorial to the doctors and nurses that had died during the SARS epidemic in Hong Kong. And it just felt so strange. Yeah, eerie, unsettling. So, look forward to that.
What a sell.
Yeah. You kind of have to expect things to go wrong. We love your Chester video. It's not better than yours. We watched your Chester video. I thought it was pretty good. Our Chester video, watching it now, I feel so awkward. I feel awkward watching any of our videos, to be honest. Yeah.
I think when I stopped editing the videos and you started editing the videos, I think they got a lot better.
Can you tell, internet? Can you tell when I started editing? I can, but that's because I knew when it happened. I think it was
in my defense for what I would call the garbage year videos. We didn't have any stabilization on the camera.
Yeah.
And that made viewing harder.
Yeah.
Shaky video.
I started I think the first video I edited was Kuala Lumpur, but we were still going back and forth. Like you would do one and then I would do one, and you still do all your rap videos, edit all of those. And then when we edited the videos for Ireland and the UK, you started them, and then I finished it, right?
Yes.
Something like that. Maybe you'll get back into it.
Yeah, I do have more time, so it would probably make sense if I pitched in a bit more with that effort.
Yeah. Thanks. But I enjoy editing a lot, so I don't know. I don't want to give up completely on it. It's just that right now it's really hard to make time between working all of the time. Today's a holiday, in case you're not from Canada.
Labor Day.
Labor Day. And I get a day off. So that's why we're here. Does anybody have any other questions? I mean, we're kind of just rambly and weird, so my apologies. What's your favorite place in your home country?
The couch.
Not in your home country. We don't have a couch in our living room, so that's a really weird answer.
On my channel, before we did travel vlogs, we sort of tried out what is filming and cutting things together like by going to all the local waterfalls in the Niagara region, which there are many. And so maybe there is waterfalls around here. It's a good local spot.
Yeah.
Well,
we've both been out west as children. Teens. Children. I liked going to what's it called? What's the island off the coast of Vancouver? Victoria Island? Is that what it's called? Vancouver Island? Because Victoria is on Vancouver Island?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, and seeing like the huge old trees and that. I went out east when I was about a year old, so I don't remember it. I'd like to go out east. It looks beautiful. So maybe the best parts of our home country we haven't gone to. We've both been to, obviously, Ontario, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, British Columbia, Quebec, and then I've been to the east, but not.
Yeah, I think when I was 12 or 13, I went with my whole family. They drove all the way
same.
out to,
yeah. I was 12 or 13. I guess I was 13. Yeah, Vancouver Island. That's what it's called. Victoria's on Vancouver Island, though, right? Is that why I'm confused? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of places here that we should be traveling in our own country. We did go to a bunch of European cities in Ontario. They're all pretty boring. Take that, Paris, Ontario, and your shoe tree.
Ooh, shots fired.
Seville was worse.
You plotted out originally that was like twice as long.
Mm-hmm.
We decided that was too much for one day.
Yeah, we drove for like 10 hours. Yeah.
So we were thinking of doing a part 2, but that also wasn't worth it.
Yeah. And plus not enough time off.
I think it would just be like a carbon copy.
Yeah, exactly. You're in an airport and you can board a plane to any destination. Which part of the world would you choose? Definitely Asia. Do I have to be more specific?
Yes.
Like for variety's sake, I don't think I'd go there.
You don't just say Japan for every answer?
No, you do. That's you. Yeah, I would think maybe like Sri Lanka or something. Nepal. If we're throwing COVID out the window, like that doesn't exist right now. Go anywhere? Maybe.
Honestly, we got a question.
Did we?
Have you ever had a bad accident whilst traveling? Do the bathroom stories count?
I was going to say, some of those are bad accidents. I almost got pink eye.
Oof.
I
don't think so.
No?
You had a hard time using the moped. That's
not an accident, you dink.
It almost fell over. Did you fall over?
No, did not fall over.
Okay. You survived.
Being needlessly cruel. Just the guy without his license. Yeah, I don't think, luckily, we have, other than like flights being canceled and stuff. Like one time I was flying from Buffalo, which is actually, I think, the closest airport to us. Closer than Toronto Airport is you cross the border into the States and fly out of Buffalo. I used to fly to Buffalo all the time because it was cheaper. And I was supposed to go to Berlin. And my parents dropped me off at the airport and then left to go to a cottage, so I had no way of contacting them. And I realized I had forgot my wallet at home. And then my flight got canceled. And they asked if I could go back home and get a flight a different day. And I said, I have no way of getting home. So fly me somewhere. So they flew me to Cleveland, then Cincinnati, then Madrid, then London. And then eventually, like 2 days later, I made it to Berlin, unable to comprehend anything. I got upgraded to first class at one point in I guess that was the London airport. The guy next to me sitting waiting for the plane is like, oh, we have the same seat number. Who's sitting on top? And I'm like, oh man, it's the last leg of what was days of traveling. So I went up to the counter and they're like, oh no, you've been upgraded to first class. And I fell asleep into my fancy first class meal face first. Just that's yeah, fell asleep right into my meal because I was just so exhausted.
That's crazy.
Yep. I think that's about the worst. I like that trip. I went all around the eastern part of Europe, so Czech Republic, Poland, Hungary, obviously Berlin, and I only had 100 euros for 2 weeks. And on top of that, in my wallet that I'd forgotten at home was birth control I was taking at the time. And as soon as you stop taking that, then everything happens in terms of, that time. So I'm like traveling all over Eastern Europe with no money, no feminine products of any type, and like trying to explain to different shop owners, like, I'm looking for the thing that you like put up the blood and the
yeah. Madam, and they give you a
and you have to pay to use the washroom in most of those places, and on top of that, you have to they give you like 2 squares of toilet paper, and I was using that as a hygiene product as well. It was a nightmare, and all I could afford was cabbage and beer because beer was cheaper than water at that point. Cabbage and beer and lots of gore. It was rough. It was
the
rough.
Cabbage and beer.
Yeah, just plates of cabbage.
Had you remembered your wallet, then you could have had so much more cabbage and beer.
Yeah, I could have had way more cabbage and beer. But I got home and I felt really, really rich. Nice man in the airport bought me a slice of pizza.
No.
Because I was starving after days of sitting in airports all around the States and Europe. Yeah.
I stubbed my toe once.
Did you?
Yeah, so I guess we both.
I guess this is kind of like going on an hour. How long do people possibly want to watch this? I guess until my beer is gone, which is almost gone. Did you just open it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Maybe until my beer is done.
Yeah.
When our flight was canceled in Malaysia, it wasn't nearly as terrible. We were able to book a hotel right by the airport.
Yeah, that was pretty famous.
Mm-hmm. So, things could have gone worse. Have we ever been arrested or detained while traveling? Thank goodness not. Other than like cavity search, does that count?
Are you really?
No, I was just brought into a room for a secondary search of my person.
And
not inside of me, but it was by a lady because it was not just on top of my clothing.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was Buffalo Airport as well, I think.
Never experienced that, thankfully.
Stopped flying out of Buffalo. And it stopped being cheap anyway, because the Canadian dollar is bad against the American dollar at this point. It's no longer worthwhile to drive across the border and fly to Buffalo. Yeah. I think the most nervous I was in terms of like military type stuff was definitely Vietnam airport. That, like, we weren't detained or anything, but we were waiting for our visas there. And there were men with machine guns, and there was one traveler that like picked a fight with the guy that was holding a machine gun, and that made me nervous. Plus, it was like, I guess it wasn't the first.
By
communist
guys,
country.
do you like police or military?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Not just random people walking around with machine guns.
No.
But yeah, you don't see that around here. So
Yeah.
that's, yeah.
And in Hong Kong, too, you said there were people with machine guns. I didn't even
Yeah,
notice.
I was surprised. They had uniforms, but they looked so young, and like they had kind of almost like punk rock sort of haircuts, and it seemed strange to see like a kid walking by with a shotgun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't arrested or detained or anything, but awkward experience. The first time I ever went to Asia ever was on a flight to Beijing. And I guess I just underestimated how like I don't know, privileged I am that I speak English. I thought other people would speak English as well. Not as well, but I thought like writing down an address would be enough to get us to our hostel. And arriving in China in the middle of the night, no one at the airport had any idea what the address was that I had written down. Not a single cab driver or person at the airport. So I had to pull out my map, and I knew where the hostel was on the map, and I was just trying to pronounce different train, metro stations, street names as best I could, until finally one of the cab drivers was like, I know that word, and drove, not us, but drove me and Corey, who I was traveling with, to China. Just dropped us off at a random metro station in the middle of the night, and then we had to like wander back alleys to try to get our way to the hostel. That was pretty scary, especially being like the first time I'd ever been to Asia, China, middle of the night, no idea what's going on, really. Scary. Ooh.
You got detained, mugshotted, and fingerprinted.
I saw, they said mugged.
Mugged and shotted.
Yeah, you got mugged and shot?
No,
and
mugshot.
fingerprinted in Singapore for having vapes on us. Vaping will do you in.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember on that same really long flight where I got like bumped all over Europe and forgot my wallet. Another girl was traveling from Australia to Berlin, and she got detained and questioned for hours because there was somebody on the flight who was a criminal, and she had the same last name, so they detained her instead of the criminal.
Nice.
So that would have been scary as well.
Is vaping illegal in Singapore? Is that
A lot of stuff is illegal in Singapore, isn't it? Like chewing gum and...
Is it?
Yeah.
Huh?
We haven't been to Singapore. I'd love to go to Singapore.
Are you going to bring your vape?
I don't vape. Sorry to disappoint. Yeah, I wonder if it's like illegal. I wouldn't think it'd be illegal to smoke there. Maybe just... I'm assuming, too, it's really hard to travel with drones and that sort of thing now. I wonder if people get detained more for that these days. We don't have drone technology.
Every time I hear that drones aren't allowed somewhere, I see some YouTuber with a drone there. So there must be a million workarounds for those scenarios. We
didn't get shot. That's really good. I'm reading it from far away. It looked like it said you got mugged and shot. I'm very glad that you didn't get shot. Yeah.
Or mugged.
Or mugged.
Just mugshot.
Mm-hmm.
Or not glad.
Yeah. No. I guess you ever had the eyeball things where they take pictures of your like retinas at airports?
Yeah, I think so.
I remember the first time I had that, feeling very uneasy about that.
It's the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So thanks for like partaking in our weirdness, and I hope this wasn't horribly painful. I'm actually glad that people actually watched. I thought we'd just be sitting in our room talking to ourselves like we normally do.
Everyone needs a hobby.
Yeah. Talking to myself. That's my hobby. So hopefully we can get some videos edited and get them out for you guys.
I've got the next rap video prepared. Whenever you want to throw that up.
Throw it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully I can get some stuff done tomorrow. We'll see. And hopefully there'll be a beer video coming out soon.
Yeah.
With some cool foreign beers. That's the plan, at least. So, thanks for watching. You got anything else you want to say? I feel like I talked over you the entire time, so now's your time to shine.
But I appreciate the opportunity.
So take luck, Cameron.
Yeah.
And internet people. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
I don't know how to stop this.
No, so it might be another 10 minutes.
Yeah, it might just be us waving like this while I panically look at a screen and try to turn it off.
I would assume that YouTube just picks up on the waving to know that that's the end.
Yeah.
We're just not waving hard enough.
Wave harder. Wave harder. Oh my goodness, it's working.